Hello, I'm Caleb Kid Coy, your alchemized slayer of mediocrity, heroic family legacy builder, and host of Living Like a Bank podcast. Now, the reason Living Like a Bank podcast came about was to teach people solid educational principles on what they can do to build, secure, and protect their family legacy. And my understanding of financial education was not always as versed as it is today. I grew up in a home where we didn't have a lot, and there was a lack of understanding around these principles, tools, and keys that our clients and my family included utilize now today. So part of my journey into getting a better foundation and understanding was reading books. And I want to say back around 2006, 2007, one of the most influential books that really began my journey and my path down understanding financial education, banking, international banking, things like that, was The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. And that is no small book for those of you who have read it. I want to say 500-600 pages or so, but it was a history on the foundation of the inception of the Federal Reserve and what I like to call today is the international banking cartel in essence. But this book gave me a lot of history, a lot of foundation, and it was so intriguing that it set me on a journey essentially down a very curious rabbit hole, which continues to this day. So recently we started the Business Book Club, which is kind of a takeoff of the Living Like a Bank podcast, but we started diving into financial books that have had an impact and influence on our lives and have empowered us. And there's so many that I could name: Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, the list goes on and on and on. But most recently, we've been digging into the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Now, as a result of the rise of technology and artificial intelligence and the influential role that it plays in money markets and in banking today, I began to read more controversial books to get an understanding of how things were operating maybe behind the scenes on an international scale. And it can be not only thought-provoking, but a little bit scary at times, but also incredibly intriguing. And so one of those books that I'd like to dive into first is called New Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And so what we'll be doing in this new adventure here is I'm going to be reading these books in full. We'll probably cover a few chapters at a time, but because reading has had such a positive impact on my personal life, and my kids now love and enjoy reading as well, I thought it would be neat to just give back by reading some of the content for these books so that you can sit here, and you may not be watching it per se, but you have the audio on and you can listen to essentially your own audible version of books that have influenced and impacted me, just to give you a different perspective on the world of global monetary banking and finance. I hope you enjoy it.